Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly forecast for November 21st through the 27th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We've got a new moon in Sagittarius coming up on the 23rd, so we're going to connect and see how these new moon vibes are going to be felt by the Gemini collective. You might stumble upon this video at a future time. That's just fine. You're going to hear it whenever you're meant to hear the messages. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective, so not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't, and without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what we have coming up here for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle. Let's get right on into it. First card we have coming up here for the Gemini collective is the Emperor, Major Arcana card. This could be Aries or Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with an Aries or Scorpio person at this time that might be a significant soulmate or significant person. If you have Aries or Scorpio placements, there could be big changes, big shifts happening for you in those houses or those areas of your life. The Emperor is divine masculine energy. You may be stepping into divine masculine energy or calling in a divine masculine at this time. So this is powerful energy. In terms of the new moon, I feel with this Emperor card, a lot of you are maybe not so much manifesting specific things, but you may be manifesting like how you're wanting to feel. And so the Emperor is very powerful, and the Emperor answers to no one. There's no one above the Emperor but God. So you may be clearing out issues with authority. You may be clearing out issues with like patriarchy kind of stuff, or things with your father. Some of you may be feeling focused on your relationship with your father at this time, and you may be seeing it as a time where you're wanting to just kind of like you're treating those of you who have a father that is in your life, that is still alive. You may be treating this time as like, you know, like thinking about one day my dad's not going to be here. And so you may be beginning to treat your relationship in that way. Like, you know, he's not going to be here forever. I want to say what I want to say now. I want to ask what I want to ask now. I want to resolve what needs to be resolved while he's still here. So there could just be a sense of recognizing or seeing the mortality of your father or father figure and working on making that relationship as pleasant and as healthy and as loving as possible in the remaining time, however long that may be. Some of you may be looking at this. Some of you may be manifesting a father type energy in your life, or maybe stepping into your own paternal energy. But I feel a sense of like wanting to feel secure, wanting to feel autonomous, wanting to feel in control, but not like in a controlling way, not like in a dominating, controlling, narcissist kind of way, but like just being taken seriously and having things together. And so I feel like a lot of you are more so manifesting this kind of energy, like being in this energy, or someone who's coming in with this kind of energy who can be a good leader, and bring in some stability, some order, some direction. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card for Gemini this week. The next card that's coming up here for the Gemini collective is the King of Wands. You know what's really interesting? I did the Aries reading and I shuffled. You guys saw me shuffle. And I did a couple of readings in between the Aries reading and this reading. So these cards have been shuffled several times. But if you're dealing with an Aries, or if you have Aries placements, I strongly suggest watching the Aries reading for this week, because they also had these first two cards. Their first card was the Emperor. Their second card was the King of Wands. And so if you have Aries placement or are dealing with an Aries, do check out the video for Cancer this week. There is a link in the description that will take you to the playlist, so it'll be easy for you to find. Now, King of Wands, again, fire sign energy. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, an Aries, or Leo, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. If you have fire sign placements, you may be manifesting or calling things into those houses or those areas of your life. The King of Wands is very independent energy. Now, I'm getting a little bit of a different vibe with these two cards together than I did for Aries. Even though you guys got the same card, I'm getting a little bit of a different story. It's not exact. Um, for them, I felt like tapping into their wild side. For you guys, Emperor and the King of Wands gives me a feeling or a sense of like independence and like just doing what you want to do. I'm just getting a sense of independence here. So maybe you're manifesting independence. Maybe you have found yourself in cycles with people who tend to be controlling or really opinionated. And they don't like when you do this, and they don't like when you do that, and they don't like when you use this word or that word. They don't like when you have your hair like that. They don't like when you dress like this. They don't like when you talk to this person. They don't like when you talk to that person. And you might just be like, oh my God, can I just dress myself like I'm not a 4-year-old? Can I waiting for, someone to come and pick out my outfit for me? Even kids today, most parents let their kids pick out their clothes now, right? That's like a modern parenting tactic. They give their child choices. So you might be like, there are little kids out there who get to pick what they're wearing, and I'm constantly being told to go change, So it could be something here around like your self-expression also, like not just wanting to be independent, but like the way that you're wanting to present yourself physically. Some of you may be doing something a little bit adventurous, a little bit wild in terms of something with your physical appearance. Maybe you're getting like a whole new look. Maybe you're like deciding you're going to shave your head or rock a mohawk or put some fun colors in there, or you might just be doing something very vibrant or flamboyant, very eye-catching. So I feel some of you may be doing something dramatic with your appearance this week or in the next couple of weeks, as kind of like the inner teenager coming out, the inner rebel coming out. The next card that's coming up here for the Gemini collective is the Eight of Swords. So you may be feeling restricted in some ways. Sometimes the Eight of Swords comes up when we feel stuck or trapped in a situation. And we're waiting for someone to come and rescue us. But the feeling and the vibe I'm getting from the Eight of Swords for Gemini, I don't feel like you're waiting for somebody to come rescue you. I feel like you're feeling burdened by somebody else's energy. Like I feel with this Eight of Swords, I feel like restrictiveness. And like, it's not necessary. This is stupid. This is an illusion. And you're like, you don't want to play along anymore, right? Like this woman here on this card, that band of cloth is not around her that tight. She can very easily wiggle out of that, shimmy out of that, push the blindfold off of her face, and see that she's got plenty of room. Those swords aren't surrounding her. That water's not deep. She can step over it very easily. She's not stuck. And I feel, Gemini, you're coming into this realization that someone wants to make you think that you're stuck in this situation, or someone wants to make you think that there aren't other options, or there isn't better for you out there. You're going to get turned away, or they're not going to like you, or they're going to reject you. And you're like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Come on, look at me. Who's going to reject this? Right? So I just kind of feel, Gemini, like you're coming into this confidence, and you're realizing this like mental or emotional prison someone wanted to put you in. You're like, this isn't real, right? I don't have to listen to this. I don't have to be in this. And so I feel like a lot of you are like, you've seen through the illusion, and now you're coming to the point of where you're getting the courage to actually shimmy out of that band and push that blindfold off your face and take off. I really do. I really do. I feel like it's like and I feel like when you take off, you're gonna really take off. Like I'm seeing a plane. Right? Like you're gonna really like just be gone. Gone. What is it? The Violent Femme song, Gone Daddy Gone. Or Gone Mama Gone. Whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's this sense of like you're done. You're done. And you're realizing that this person or situation does not have the power over you that they think that you have. It could be in a work situation for some of you, and you may have been dealing with a boss or a job. Some companies do this, and I've worked for companies who do this, and I hate it. I wish it were against the law. I wish it was one of the things that you could include in like reporting a company, but I guess it's kind of maybe hard to prove. But I've worked at companies that do this where they have this habit of tearing you down and building you up. Right? It's like a control tactic. Like they tear you down and they make you feel like you're the worst worker in the world. You're so incompetent, you're always screwing up, you're so lucky you still have a job. You know, you're not measuring up, you're not working fast enough. Do you even want to be here? Do you really want this job? I like you, I feel bad for you, but I don't know if I can keep, putting up with this. And it's just this terrible, terrible tearing down. And then they'll build you up and they'll be like, "Oh, you're doing such a good job. We don't know what we would do without you. You're so amazing. You're the best." And then like the next day you get called in, "Oh, I thought things were going well, but oh my gosh, I just came across this and I'm so disappointed." It's such a terrible uh thing of just this roller coaster, or they make you feel like you're so lucky you have a job. But at the end of the day, come on, companies don't care. They have no problem firing people, they have no problem letting people go. It's just the way that they keep you on your toes, so you're constantly jumping through these hoops and you don't leave because you think, "I'm not a very smart person, I make a lot of mistakes, I'm lucky they put up with me. Nobody else is going to want me." And so you stay in that terrible situation. And so some of you may be waking up from a work situation or a work environment that's been that way. And you're like, "Wait a minute, if I'm so terrible, they would have gotten rid of me by now." And so you may be realizing, I don't have to be scared. I don't have to be scared about going somewhere new. So it could be a work situation, living situation, relationship, circle of friends. But there's just this sense of like, you know, somebody beating you down to hold on to you, and you're on to them. You're like, "I know what you're doing here, and it's not going to work anymore." The next card that's coming up here for the Gemini collective, look at this. If this isn't confirmation, I don't know what is. You have the Six of Wands. And Six of Wands is victory and solution, success, breaking out of a problem, breaking out of conflict, winning. It's very victorious energy. So Six of Wands here is a sense or a feeling of like you're going to have a really, really wonderful turnout outcome here and getting what you want, being seen, being selected, being celebrated, right? Not to get too cliche, but what is the old saying? Don't stay where you're tolerated, go where you're celebrated. Like that's the vibe here that I'm getting for Gemini. It's like you're wanting credit. You're wanting credit. You're wanting recognition. Uh, you're just wanting acknowledgement that you deserve. And so this is what I'm feeling here in the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is very victorious energy. So whatever has been bothering you, whatever has been a conflict, Six of Wands is letting us know that you're overcoming those conflicts. You're overcoming those challenges and those issues. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than others. You may want to check out the love readings for November. Those are linked in the description. The weekly forecasts are also linked in the description. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.